Roslyn moves in cycles. For thousands of years, it has been a place to gather and a way through. Roslyn lies within Tlelum and is protected by its original caretakers. Even if some forget, the land remembers. Footsteps are so familiar. Yakima Nation came together here and dispersed. They traced, retraced, and rerouted their steps. They walked through seasons of warmth and abundance, cold and scarcity, and all the in-between. The rhythm of their lives shapes this land and creates this place. This place is admittedly a little unusual. It's just unlikely the way that houses, storefronts, and streets have endured. Roslyn has been built and rebuilt by people who persisted, possibly against their better judgment. This rocky place, both above and below ground, attracted the headstrong and the hard-scrabble. People burn bright here. They have stories and songs and customs of which they are deeply proud. Cooperation abounds, so does conflict. That is a complicated legacy. There is real value in imperfection. In the natural world, when different ecosystems meet, the overlapping edges burst with life. That's the edge effect. Roslyn lives it every day. The polish sidles up to the worn, highlights gleam, shadows deepen. Houses in all shapes and sizes sit close. Old and new fold in on one another. It's a patchwork of growth and decay. Roslyn feels different than other places because it is. We aren't who we are in spite of a bit of mess. We are who we are because of it. Driven, imaginative individuals and immigrants have had a profound impact on Roslyn's character. We know their stories, marvel at their persistence, and honor their influence. We see their names on gravestones in cemeteries lovingly and painstakingly maintained. Generations of their families have chosen to remain, and we are indebted. But what of the many who aren't known and never will be? How do we, as a community, stay connected to one another? One of the greatest levelers has been work. If people are the bricks, work is the mortar. And in Roslyn, there is always work to do. We build, remodel, and restore. We bake, brew, and butcher. We tend, mend, and clean. We teach. We keep minds and bodies strong. We plant and harvest. We make beauty for beauty's sake. We offer our skills when needed, not for recognition. We fix what needs fixing and not what doesn't. We work with intention as if our life depended on it, because it does. Seasons keep the work varied, and most importantly, they bring a deep sense of purpose and peace. Roslyn is situated in the heart of a vast landscape where land, water, and sky are ever-changing. We mark seasonal shifts in personal ways. Some admire the beauty porchside and watch the sunset. Some stroll, offering neighborly nods and waves. Some play and ride hard because the weather window is short and the rewards are immense. We take moments of quiet when we can because Roslyn is not always quiet. That's because Roslyn is known and Roslyn is loved. In the crush of summer weekends, there are some of us who feel a little loved to death. We make adjustments and change our plans accordingly. But for the stores, shops, and restaurants that line our streets, this influx is their lifeblood. We know tourism puts food on tables and makes year-round life in a very small town possible. Not perfect, just possible. Like all things in Roslyn, opinions abound. We talk and talk some more. We take space and consider. We keep working, keep waving, and keep our eye on the horizon, because one thing we all agree on is that what happens in Roslyn matters. The generations of blood and sweat that built this place will not be squandered on our watch. We have seen booms and survived busts, and we know we can endure. This is our time to care for and cultivate. Roslyn is a living, breathing piece of history. It's an unlikely heart, shielded by pines and narrow side streets. It has a distinctive call and answers quiet prayers we don't often share. Our history is complicated. Our future is likely to be as well. That's okay, because complication is good, fertile ground. Ragged edges are where life really gets lived. Roslyn needs all of us to be who we are, so it can be what it is, a place called home.